We have reached a point where we can finally start thinking about shiplapping these walls and taking care of these holes. Now that the basement's all finished, quick maths tells me that each of these triangles here is roughly 32 square feet. So it's about 32 square feet, 32 square feet, 32 square feet, which brings us to 96. It's roughly another 32 square feet. Then we got this little bit here. Whatever, it's gonna be 5 sheets. That's what I'm going for, 5 sheets of 4x8 plywood is what we're gonna use, because that is a whole lot cheaper than buying actual shiplap. When we did the shiplap in the kitchen area, I tried to have the guy at Home Depot cut the plywood into strips for me. I was like, oh, can you just cut into 8-inch strips for me? Well, apparently you're only supposed to cut 12 inches or wider on those saws. And I don't think the guy really knew what he was doing, but he essentially just messed up the board. So I had him stop right away and I just cut everything myself. This time, I think I'm gonna try to cut the boards into thirds, which means that when I wanna put the planks on the wall, I'm just gonna have to cut each of those thirds in half to get my 8-inch strip. So that's gonna save me a lot of time, but we're gonna find out if they're actually able to do that. Since our flooring is taking forever to arrive, I decided to be thorough and patch up this wall before we do the shiplap on it. So now I'm just gonna do a little rough taping before priming, and then we'll be all ready for the shiplap. I probably could have left it without doing any mud and just had little gaps here and there, since it's just getting covered with shiplap anyway, but you know I can't go more than a few weeks without mudding anything. So there's that. Good enough to be covered. Tomorrow my goal will be to glue in some insulation foam, which happens to be the perfect width to be like a spacer for shiplap here. So I'm gonna glue that in, paint some primer over all of this. This is like the lowest effort paint session ever. I'm going over terrible drywall, just putting some primer down to give a white background so that the lines between shiplap actually look white in the end. I'm using a used tray, old brush, and of course, the cheapest primer in existence. There, I consider that good enough to be covered. I've got my little spacers in too. This will happen later.
You trying to clean your ears out, little lady? Nope, not in your mouth. That's gross, thank you. Getting a makeshift table set up here. She's not overly confident in the process.
This is
It's not good enough, he says.
trying to find a straight 2x.
Blair,
What are you
your
doing?
bike does not belong up there.
Crazy off-roading it. But that's where the blade starts. It's going to be to the right.
Gotta glue that section first and then we'll nail it in. Hey!
Hey!
It's okay. Back with the headphones. Can you turn around? Say hi.
I'm super excited for this because this pole has been exposed for the longest time. And I'm just really excited to have all of the walls like covered.
Getting there. truth.
Perfect.
Lift it over your head, please. Over your head. Good job. How long do you want this video to be? Like 4 hours long?
I need content.
I'm giving you content.
Yeah, content.
We had a little bit of a meltdown. So we're getting some snuggles in. Right, Bear? She's having a tough go of it. So we put the headphones back on. Let's go for later. Show them your battle wounds.
It's not, I mean, it's bandaged.
Well, I know because I got you band-aid, but you still got wounded.
Actually, I've worn more band-aids during this than I've ever worn.
During this renovation project.
Yeah. I think this is the first portion of the project that has gone faster than expected. I am pretty happy with this. With some clever trim work. Oop, gotta fix that spot. With some clever trim work, this will look pretty nice. Add electrician to my capabilities. Stop the time lapse to do something really cool. I'm going to do a plunge cut with a jigsaw.
Documenting the putting in of the last shiplap piece. The spacer.
I just dabbed little bits of silicone into all the little nail holes, and then I did the silicone along the sides, and when I rubbed my finger across the wall, it created like lines in here, and so I took a knife and I cut all those lines out, and that's how I spent the last 2.5 hours.
Time to paint some shiplap. I primed all of this. Dry siliconed, and I primed. So it looks better on camera than it does in person, but you can definitely tell it needs another coat, obviously. Then we have to move all of this stuff so that we can get floors in, because it finally arrived at the depot today. So we're just using the same color as the walls that we painted in here. So this nice, beautiful white color. And the shiplap as well.
White on white on white.
You know what? It's clean. Did you want this whole room painted that color? That would be overwhelming. One of us, we won't mention names, forgot that these cans come with little spigots.
The one that remembered didn't tell me.
I like to see you fail.
And yes, I know this piece broke. It just means I'm gonna have to come up with a solution for it.